Did it do it? It appears that it did it. Hello? The screen is black.
I have a loading screen. We have an ad.
There it is.
Woo!
Beautiful. Hey, Berkey says 5x5. Hey, we're trying a new audio setup today here at the Refuge office. So check 1 2, check 1 2.
Can you hear us? Check 1 2.
Okay. Is it loud enough? Because you guys always complain about the audio quality. Blah, blah, blah. So it's the first 30 seconds is supposed to get people in and like, subscribe, share, do all the things, blah, 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 YouTube words. And instead we're just like, hey, my microphone work?
I mean, you could also like, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube things, but you know.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of 5x5s. I'm just,
Thumbs up.
Is it loud enough? That's what I would.
It's a little echoey.
Kind of weird audio. Okay.
Should we turn away from each other? Are we getting cross?
Oh, that's because the effects were all the way up on your microphone.
Oh, I'm the echoey one. Not my fault.
There you go. Fix
Okay.
it. Volume could be higher. No, I'm just
All
do what I
you
always do.
crank
That's
the game
everything.
to the 11.
There you go. Loud enough, but not
Well,
partially clear. You mean particularly clear? Hey, we're doing what we can with what we got where we're at.
they're also on a couple second delay.
Yeah, we're going with it. All right, cool. It's White Girl Wednesday.
It's White Girl Wednesday.
This is one of my white girls over here.
I come out of my cave occasionally.
Yep.
We're
How
good
does
with
it
it.
sound bad, Lauren? Come
Lauren,
on.
you're the other white girl. You can't complain.
Yeah, I have.
Lauren might hide under her desk.
All right, so first up, let's see. Hurricane Melissa leaves Jamaica devastated and the shutdown's impact on airports. So this is coming from NPR.org, National Public Radio, which is funded with taxpayer dollars, which was supposed to be defunded during the USAID scandal. Remember all of that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, somehow.
Didn't?
Here they are. So I find it interesting that NPR is trying to incorporate the effects of the government shutdown and therefore air traffic controllers and therefore air travel coupled with relief efforts to Jamaica. Now, it's kind of valid. Yeah, you can move people and to a lesser extent supplies with planes into the AO that's been affected by the storm. But it's a 2,500 square mile disaster zone, approximately 50 by 50. And nobody's flying into that, not with fixed wing aircraft. Maybe rotor wing, maybe helicopters. But the point is it's ships. Ships are what's needed, not aeroplanes. So
Ships carry more stuff.
yeah, that's
You put a lot more weight on a ship.
literally that's their job, man. There's let me grab this. There's an organization that I became aware of yesterday that I'm trying to reach out to coordinate with here called Marine Reach Global. And they're a bunch of faith-based people, which is super cool. Faith in what? Well, not bull crap, but in the Creator and the Creator made flesh, which is super cool. And they have ships, possibly somewhere between ship and ships that they take into areas like this. They deploy their ships in order to, assist in disaster-affected areas.
It's awesome.
It's super cool. So
It's kind of like mercy ships.
yeah, Mercy Ships. That's another one. Let's look them up. www.google.com. Mercy Ships.
Mercy ships does a lot of medical, depending on like which division is there.
So super cool. So this is the type of stuff that's going to be required in order to assist in these disaster-affected areas. Going back to my commentary on Monday's brief, it is our job to love our neighbor as ourselves and to be charitable. And the more money the government takes out of our pockets, the harder it gets for us to do our job to love our neighbor as ourselves and be charitable. That being said, we don't really have a clear picture yet, although we will begin to get a clear picture probably today about the effects on Jamaica. Cuba itself, the storm has moved past Cuba or is in the process of moving past Cuba at this point. there's going to be a lot of affected peoples here. So more than 500,000 people are without power, and every region of Jamaica is facing blocked roads, down power lines, according to the country's government. Biggest concern for the country currently is western Jamaica, which was severely impacted when the storm made landfall, with winds reaching 185 miles per hour and generated a storm surge of up to 13 feet.
Yikes.
Yeah. This is allegedly... What does this have to do? And the Israeli military carried out renewed strikes in Gaza.
Nothing
Shut up,
to do with
NPR.
Jamaica.
But it's third most powerful Atlantic hurricane to date, known of.
Yeah.
So it's significant. It's worse than Hurricane Katrina was, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on this. I think I mentioned in this morning's brief that leadership at Grindstone has been grindstoneministries.com, which is these people here, our brothers and sisters, have been having conversation with those in need in Jamaica and elsewhere. That does not mean that we're deploying. That does not mean that we're not deploying. I don't know what we're doing yet because they don't know what they need yet. And to say that it's a logistical heavy lift is probably the understatement of the century. That being said, we're trying to do what we can to love our neighbor as ourselves and figure out what, if anything, Grindstone's involvement, even if from a support standpoint, looks like. And when I have more details on that, you guys know that I will share that information with you because we're pretty good. I remember this house. We're pretty good. We're not the best, but I mean, I'd say we're A out of A plus when it comes to getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Working our way towards A plus. And one of the cool things about Grindstone is that we're not overly corporate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like small teams of highly motivated individuals getting stuff done.
Mostly volunteers.
Yeah, for people who have lost everything. I mean, the total staff on payroll at Grindstone is 4.
Yeah.
It's 4 people. So when we say mostly volunteer,
I mean,
yeah.
98%.
Yeah, 98% volunteer. So in any event, if that's something you're interested in, grindstoneministries.com, and the newsletter there will keep you posted on what, if anything, Jamaica looks like. Let's move along. What is that thing?
That's a submarine. Which is not submarined. It needs to go under the water. Why are there people on it?
It's not currently
Don't like
submarine. This picture looks AI to me.
Because there's people on top of a submarine?
Well, that
while
happens
it's
sometimes.
moving?
That happens. They do that. The submarines will come up for air, literally and figuratively. And then these sailors who have been below the surface for weeks, months at a time.
They let them out to see the sun for a minute?
Yeah, breathe some real air.
Yeah.
And go, I guess it's about time for me to get back inside my tin can.
A reason that women are not allowed on submarines.
Yeah, because you'd have more people than you started with.
That, and even if it was an all-female submarine, we would kill each other and lose our minds in the process.
That's fun. So this is coming from Defense One. China's burgeoning undersea sensor net aims to turn the ocean transparent. People's Liberation Army Navy is building a self-healing kill web to surpass today's brittle kill chains. The People's Liberation Army is building an invisible net across the western Pacific, a 5-layer seabed to space sensor architecture known as the Transparent Ocean Strategy that challenges the ability of U.S. and allied submarines, our black sharks, to maneuver and hide. The threat was on display in August during the PLA Navy and Russia's joint C-2025 exercises near Vladivostok. In joint anti-submarine warfare drills, Chinese and Russian forces linked their communications and shared hydrometeorological and air-sea tracks in real time. The goal, according to Chinese state media, was to leave deep-diving submarines with nowhere to hide. This exercise served as an early demonstration of mature, automated kill web that China plans to spread across multiple seas and oceans. Intended to enable persistent, real-time tracking across vast areas, the web will consist of 5 layers. Ocean Star Cluster in space, a constellation of satellites. Air-sea interface, surface and near surface, smart buoys, wave gliders, and unmanned surface vessels. The starry deep sea, the water column, deep floats, long-range gliders, and autonomous underwater vehicles to patrol below the mixed layer for weeks, profiling the ocean environment and towing acoustic payloads. Undersea perspective, the seabed. This is the backbone of the entire grid, connected by undersea cables. Observations and hubs host passive arrays, precise clocks, and navigation beacons. And Deep Blue Brain. That's totally a Chinese name, which is the data fusion, the core command layer that fuses the entire picture and orchestrates sensing. In an influential primer, from kill chain to kill web, PLA theorists warn that a traditional linear kill chain collapses when a single node is destroyed. Their response is the Maritime Adaptive Kill Web, a resilient mesh-style network that offers multiple paths from sensor to shooter and promises instant bypasses for any node failures. The South China Sea will be a hellscape.
Almost like someone I know has said that before.
I just find the whole thing interesting.
Very interesting.
People are probably going to say, what is that sound that I hear? You hear Terry doing his job.
Yeah, Terry's good at his job.
Yeah. What is he doing? He's sewing.
He's sewing.
That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
435 people here, all at the same time. It's
Good
phenomenal.
job.
Hi, everybody in the chat. Blah, blah, blah. 12C, what's up, bro? Can we take PewTube out? Ads suck. Hey, man, I'm not in charge of the ads, BT dubs. We got a pocket kit. What need a carrier for it? What pouch would be great?
A pocket pouch?
It comes in a pouch to go in your pocket. It's called the pocket. Other than that, put it in anything else. Put it in your glove box. Put it in your
You could probably put 2 pockets in a Bearfack bag.
Mm-hmm. Put it in your pocket, a glove box, a center console, a backpack, a rucksack, a man purse, a day bag, a purse, any other.
A diaper bag.
Yeah. Anything else.
A carry-on.
So somebody said SOB outer. Yes, the pocket is the same exact pouch from the SOB inner. So yeah, it'll fit in an SOB outer.
If you're just trying to attach it to your body differently than in your pocket, yes.
Yeah, it's a thing. POC pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want
Right
to put
there.
it in a bag, SOB outer,
Yeah.
totally put 2 of those in a Bearfack bag.
That's the inner pouch from an SOB, aka the pocket.
You could just buy an SOB.
You could do that too. But if you already got a pocket and you need a thing to put it in, then you just go to SOB. SOB. Boom. Small the back kit right there. You know, just stick that thing.
Bag only.
Yeah, you click the bag only option. See, look, it's designed to be worn on the small of the back. How cool. Comes in all those cool colors. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, China Sea, South China Sea's looking a little weird. What's super interesting to me is that they are openly disseminating the fact that they are building this sensor network. And one of the things there that they're going to have to figure out, part of the word profiling was used. That's intentional because every type of vessel, potentially every vessel, depending on how good their data set is, has its own presentation. And the reason I bring that up is it's target discrimination. Right? So they need IFF. They want to not blow up their ships, but blow up not everybody else's ships.
No, they have allies.
Yeah, and they probably still want to have some level of commerce.
Yeah, I would
Right.
think.
At least for now. So it's a bad look when you blow up your own ships, your allies' ships, or the third-party commercial ships.
It's bringing your country food since you are an importer of food.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So they need to be able to differentiate between good guys, bad guys, right? So target discrimination, especially with surface vessels. That's where you get into geospatial. That's why part of their network is satellites, and just so everybody's clear, individual Wi-Fi routers are targetable from space. So when we start thinking about it's image, it's image intelligence. We got to be able to look at the image and ascertain what we're looking at. It's not just images. It's also signals intelligence. Anything that emits. It's actually easier to differentiate anything that emits because there's lots of things have, say, unique IDs as compared to, well, it's an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Okay. Well, there's lots of them. But that particular one, this is its signals intelligence profile. Yeah. So that's part of what...
It's like an IP address. You can track the number of hits on your website based on separate IP addresses.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're doing that.
Yeah.
And
that's what I do.
So I will reiterate to everybody who has ears to hear, your electromagnetic signature is targetable. So that's something to be thinking about in the coming unpleasantness. Now, did you know that sometimes submarines go underneath the ice?
That would make sense.
But sometimes Chinese people go on top of the ice. This is a terrible segue. I'm just trying to get to this.
I'm going to talk about Roombas real quick because you're talking about Wi-Fi routers. Your Roomba also emits the map of your house that it draws because it saves that data so it knows where your furniture is the next time it runs a pattern. So if you're thinking, oh no, it could never happen to me, your Roomba is a spy in your house. So is Alexa.
Oh, Alexa's
a nightmare. Your Ring doorbell camera can be accessed without a warrant.
We just made everybody's Alexa go off, which means if you have one of those, get rid of it.
Throw it away. Hit it with a hammer.
Put it in the dumpster.
Don't light it on fire. It has a battery in it. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's a lithium battery.
I take it back.
That'd be bad. Here's what you do. Take it out in the back 40 and work on your marksmanship.
Yeah.
That thing's only like the size of an orange, right?
Oh, yeah, they're little.
Yeah, so set it at 200 yards and see if you can shoot it. Your Wi-Fi will and does map your house as well.
Yeah, it sends signals out and it gets a bounce back when it hits a solid surface, and it can go through your drywall, obviously, but the signal that goes through the drywall comes back differently than ones that don't, so it can tell where your walls are, and depending on which Wi-Fi router you have, it will map out where the walls are in your house. Your Roomba is more dangerous because it will also tell people where your dog was that day, because it has to vacuum around your dog. This is why I don't have a robot vacuum, guys. They freak me out.
I'm very anti-robot.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm against the dirty clankers. Hard R. Dirty clankers.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
Chinese ice dancers probed over missile toy.
Also, don't throw stuffed missiles onto ice skating rinks.
This is the most ridiculous headline I've seen in a long time. This comes from Russia Today, RT.com. Which every now and then I'm like, let's dip over here and see what the Russian state propaganda is.
And we were looking for actual content, and this is what we found.
Chinese ice dancers probed over missile toy. The International Skating Union has said a plush resembling a DF-61 ballistic rocket seen at the Grand Prix event was inappropriate.
The fact that you made a plushie that was so accurate that we could tell what kind of ballistic rocket it was is impressive.
The fact that the International Skating Union had to get involved is not the ISU.
Oh, no.
The ISU has launched an investigation after Chinese ice dancing pair were filmed with a toy resembling a ballistic rocket during a Grand Prix event. I thought Grand Prix was when they took the fast cars and raced them down the city streets.
I think it just means like top-level event in whatever field you're in.
Fair. Okay, well...
Lauren says it's a specific competition.
Lauren, you can come over here. Why don't you come over here and provide us some actual figure skating knowledge?
Lauren has never had a ballistic plushie thrown at her.
Yeah, you are our de facto subject matter expert.
Yeah, Lauren knows things.
When it comes to...
Man, look at y'all's fancy mics.
My mic.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them. That's what I did. That's literally what I did. Yeah.
You were a Chinese spy that was promoting the DF-61.
Yep.
I'm not going to make any jokes about that right now because we are live on the internet. I'm just not going to do it.
Good job, Lauren. Good self-control.
Okay. No, white because it's White Girl Wednesday. No, the Grand Prix is just like we have nationals. That's an international competition. So, yeah. I don't know why they would have a toy of a missile.
I think it got thrown at them.
Oh, well then what the heck? Who cares? Get over it. People are always upset about something. But while I'm here, I might as well tell you
about Refuge
all the other things, right?
Here, sit down and speak into this microphone.
Okay, but listen.
No. Sit down and speak into this.
We're listening.
You put your mic there. You sit here.
I'm on
speaking to that microphone.
Not enough sleep right now, guys. One side of my head's fuzzy.
They can't hear you. You're
We
not near the microphone.
we like to stress our boss out.
So.
It's working. It's working.
Hi. I'm tired today. I did not get enough sleep. I have one side fuzzy head. I don't know if you can see this.
You're just fuzzy on one
Yeah,
side?
just
If
on
you
one.
stand outside for a few minutes, you'll be fuzzy on both sides. It's
Maybe.
40-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, it might happen that way.
Yeah.
I think I was just sleeping really hard, like smashed face. So that's what this is. Anyways, it's October 29th. You have 2 days to get your birthday cake in before we draw for the winner.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to be getting our birthday box together, which is worth over $2,000. One of the things in it, the only thing we're telling you about, is the adventure kit, which is worth $6.99 alone. So you definitely want to get your slices in. It's $5. And that's per slice. So if you want to buy 50 slices, that's 50 entries. Every entry is one slice of cake. We do have Train the Trainer coming up in, I think, 2 weeks, right? We're November 9th or 11th. Yeah, so we're right
Sooner than that, I think.
I guess it's less than 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
We are running a promo on that right now. No code necessary. I just need to go fix it on the website as soon as I get off of here. But it is 20% off. So if you've taken any of our Refuge training courses, anything from Responder 1 and above, you qualify to take Train the Trainer. You come, you take the 3-day class, you leave with our curriculum and approval to teach at the community level, and then every person will be evaluated on whether or not they qualify to do Refuge Training Partner. So check that out on the website. It's under the training tab.
It's 11 days away.
It is 11 days away, so it's coming up. The next thing we have on the schedule is actually our Defender class. That's going to be in February. I believe it's February 8th.
It is.
And that will be covering church security. So if you are someone who feels called to protect their congregations, come take this class, take it back to your church, and then teach your people. Start training with them, because you don't know how you're going to react if you've never done it under pressure.
You don't know what you don't know, so.
You don't know what you don't know.
Also, HSA, FSA.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yes. All of our kits. It has to be a kit with med gear in it. It can't be an empty bag. All of our kits and our buckets are HSA and FSA eligible. We are nearing the end of 2025, so make sure you don't. Make sure you use it, don't lose it. Basically.
Yeah,
All
if you
the
have
kits.
a type of account that rolls off at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yes. Gift season is coming, depending on what
Tax
you celebrate.
write-off season is coming, and medical gear for your office is a tax write-off if your accountant is good at their job.
I would say even if you work from home, medical gear will be a write-off.
Medical gear in my
medical
gear in my vehicle is a write-off because I work in construction.
And you drive
all the
as part of
time.
your job. Yeah, we started realizing some of the big purchases we had to make this year. I was like, that is a write-off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a write-off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a write-off. It's basically free. Not really, but you know. We still.
It's not how
Taxes are the worst.
it's not how a write-off works. It's the word. It's basically free
It's
money.
okay. It's a write-off. It's
Yeah.
fine. Anyways.
No, everybody needs to go watch Schitt's Creek.
You know, I've watched so much of Moira, but I haven't brought myself to watch the full show because I just can't stand
The dynamic.
yeah, sure, we'll call it that. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Anyways, is medical training a write-off? No, I wish.
Medical training could be a write-off.
Medical training can be a write-off.
Yeah.
It can be a write-off.
It's not.
It is not HSA
HSA,
approved.
FSA eligible, and that comes from the insurance companies, not us. I have been at battle with them for 4 years at this point. Guess who's winning? They have billions of dollars and lots of people whose name is Harvey Levin Shinowitz, and mine's not, so they keep winning.
Such an interesting name.
Yeah, yep. However, training can absolutely be a write-off, especially if you're employed and or an employer, because OSHA 151 dot, the whole 151 dot says not only are you required to have an OSHA compliant kit, but you are also required to train your employees to use it.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody's missing. Like, we got kits. Do you have a training program? Have you trained your people? You're still not in compliance just because you have a kit. And I'm not the one to beat people over the head with the federal government says that you have to. But in this case, we'll use it to our advantage because every person who has blood inside of their body and air inside their lungs needs to know these things. Everyone. So.
But they do training. They tell them about their hard hat every day.
Well, it's funny.
I don't like hard
as training, because PowerPoint can see there's training and then there's practical application, right? And so training, the company will say, "Oh yes, we train our people. We made them watch this 12-minute video, and now therefore they are trained in first aid."
Yeah.
Bullshit. Doesn't work that way.
Somebody said, "Hey, I wonder if training would be a write-off for the Oklahoma homeschool reimbursement." First of all,
We've
First of all,
already trained the Oklahoma homeschool people.
wait a minute.
Call them.
Is there a homeschool reimbursement in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Are your children homeschooled?
You need
Well, I will not say that.
Oh,
But
that's
they might,
right.
Or might not be.
That's fair.
But I know
Sorry.
people who do homeschool, and I don't think they know about it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't have children. I'm not helpful with this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
CPA is me.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
is scary.
You can talk to my CPA. Because maybe you should talk
It's
to
worth paying $400
to never think about it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I'm gonna go
interesting.
interview a new one here
Oh,
shortly,
let me
so I'll
know
let
what
you
you
know
think.
how it goes.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what we have going on training-wise. After the Defender class, we have, in April, a huge training week. This is the first time that we've done this. So if traveling here is hard for you, and you're like, I want to take so many of the classes, but I can't do it because they're all spread out and I have to take off a certain amount of time. It will be a whole week. You could plan a whole week of PTO from work. You'll have the chance to take both Evan's Zero to Hero class, his tactical radio class, and then our Responder 1, 2, and 3 class. We're also working on getting another class on the books in May, but I'm not going to mention that until it's finalized. But that April week is going to be amazing. Definitely check that out on the website. So go to the Radio Made Easy tab and also the Responder tab. Ooh, before we get off, or I don't know where he just went, but
It's okay, got it.
I needed to tell you guys, my brain just was like, slow down.
Well,
RTPs.
RTPs?
RTPs. We have an upcoming class with Nick and Al and Zach. Now, you guys have seen Nick and Al on our
Refuge
YouTube channel.
Training Partners.
Yep,
My brain was
RTPs.
behind.
Yeah. So they are doing a class in Village of Clarkson, Michigan. And that will be in November. I believe it's the 15th and the 16th. So if you are up in that area and you haven't been able to make it down here, we trust them. They have come to train the trainer. Nick and Al have come and done additional trainings with us. They were just with us for the NAMT training.
Yeah, I got to meet them last week. They're super cool.
Super cool guys. They're passionate about what they do. They were already instructors for firearms and stuff like that. So this was just a level up for them.
Yeah.
So if you've been wanting to come to class, this is a great time to do it. And you can check that out under the RTP Responder series on the website. I'm going to go back to my desk because I have a project I have to work on. Get your cake, $5. You guys are amazing. Much love from Roarin. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, Rowan.
Bye.
And because the boss fled the building, we're gonna... Oh my goodness. We're gonna talk about Caleb House. The mics are gonna echo. There we go. I'm here because we have an Amazon registry, and this is the last week of the Amazon registry. And so if you want to shop for Amazon registry stuff, I'm going to drop the link, paste in the comments, and you can click on the Amazon registry. Listen, why are we doing this? Because we're finishing up some buildings, we're putting drywall in some buildings, and they're probably going to let me paint next week, which I'm really, really, really excited about because I have been working on a budget for several days, and so getting to paint is going to be really fun. Caleb House is our juvenile human trafficking restoration facility. I head up construction and development on our first Caleb House property, first of many, hopefully. We're learning lots of lessons this year on how the many is going to go a lot better. And we've been doing a lot of documentation on that, which has been really cool. But we're going to have 2 buildings that we're buttoning up this year, and then we're getting prepped for next year as well. If you want to come hang out with us, we have, where is my link? The Refuge Ruckus is coming up in March. So if you want to come visit, hang out with a bunch of cool people, hear from a fantastic lineup of speakers, encounter some awesome vendors that are going to have a lot of different things for sale, promote their products. T will be there.
We're going to shoot machine guns the day before.
If you want to sponsor the Ruckus at our top tier level, you get to go shoot machine guns with T and other cool people.
Correct. There's also,
I don't know who the other cool people are.
No, you're good. You're good. There's also plenty of room for vendors with a lot of like-minded individuals as well. So as far as vending is concerned, hundreds of people for many days in a row, captive audience with high ideological alignment. So you might think about that.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid between getting together on Shabbat with your homies and also kind of a prepper event and also doing good work. Mm-hmm. It's all the things at the same time. So we've got a new venue this year, which is very close to our previous venue. There's not a lot of space in between the two, so we're going to have a similar ruck route. It's really pretty. Our events team is very excited about it, and I hope to see you there. He's running away again. All right, guys, what do we want to talk about? He's fled the scene. Alyssa likes talking about prepper stuff. We got prepper questions, because that's where I'm at. You need a trustworthy dog washer in real life? You, homie, with a garden hose. The audio is weird. Yeah, we've got new mics, and we turned all of the effects off, so there's not effects on at all. But the board is new, so. Do you have like a neighbor? Usually teenagers are into like helping take care of pets and dogs then. I would look into neighborhood kids, like the kids in the I want to mow your lawn demographic, where they're just starting to do entrepreneur stuff and business building. That's who I would look for that, because then they can come to your house. How do I begin to train my donkey? Oh my gosh. TJ, come back. They want donkey training. Donkeys love animal crackers. Water storage and rotation schedules. You're big on water storage.
Water storage.
Don't let the water get algae in it, because then it tastes like fish.
Yes, that.
So light equals algae. So keeping like blackout covers over your IBC tanks helps a ton. Routine shocking as far as like chlorine or a low grade bleach to keep water purified is good. And then in your house water, don't ignore it, because once one water bottle starts leaking, they all start leaking, and then your subfloor gets squishy. Mm-hmm. That's not good. It's hard to replace subfloors,
Is
especially
it
in
volunteer
closets.
or volunteers at Caleb House?
Volunteers,
So
plural. We sound like robots, apparently.
Hey, we're doing the best we can.
I told him that.
It's every week. There's always going to be some audio thing to bitch about.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can with what I got where I'm at. So, yeah. And it, hold on. Check. I don't sound like a robot on my end. So, okay. How do I train a donkey? Well, first you got to find a dragon for it to fall in love with.
Oh, yeah.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a donkey.
I've only trained horses, so it's that and more stubborn.
Yeah.
Start with groundwork. Look up equine training groundwork on YouTube and start there.
And I would say get some Oreos.
Oreos. I would recommend animal crackers just to like keep the sugar level on your donkey somewhat low. But yes.
Neither of us know what donkeys are actually into. All right. Last thing. Little tiny Asian people. U.S. President Donald Trump and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung in Gyeongju on Wednesday. South Korea has agreed to invest $350 billion in the U.S. in return for lower tariffs on car exports to the world's largest economy, us, in a trade deal struck by President Donald Trump and his South Korean counterpart, Lee Jae-myung. Wednesday's agreement will reduce U.S. auto tariffs on South Korean imports from 25% to 15%, providing relief for the Asian country's industry. Now, here's the thing. What a lot of people are not understanding about tariffs is tariffs, there's two ways that this can be dealt with. One is the company, the manufacturer absorbs the tariffs, and the other is they pass the pricing on to you. And in many cases, it's the latter. So these tariffs, as far as generating billions and billions of dollars, isn't necessarily the case, because manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, anybody in the supply chain can decide, you know what, I don't have the headroom in my margins here to absorb these tariffs. Therefore, I have no other choice if I want to stay in business but to pass that additional cost on to the end user, aka the consumer, aka you. And so we need to be careful with this tariff conversation about it's going to generate billions of dollars. Some of those billions come out of our pockets.
I would say more than half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just be aware. Wednesday's agreement will reduce U.S. tariffs on South Korean imports from 25 to 15%, providing relief for the Asian country's industry, which has been subject to higher duties than its Japanese rivals. Unequal weights and measures. Vehicles accounted for about a third of South Korean exports to the U.S. last year, according to U.S. trade data. We've reached a deal, Trump said, at South Korean summit, blah, 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 blah. After meeting with Lee, we did a lot of different things. Great session. The deal concludes months of wrangling after a framework agreement was reached in July. Yada, yada, yada. Kim Yong-byum, Lee's policy chief, said that as part of the deal, South Korea has agreed to invest $200 billion in the U.S. in cash, with annual investments capped at $20 billion, so this is over 10 years, and profits split between the two countries until the initial investment is recouped. The remaining $150 billion would be accounted for by a shipbuilding partnership between the countries. That's why we're here. I don't really care about the Kia Soul, other than it'd be amazing if I could stop encountering them on U.S. roadways, because they're always in the way. They're just always in the, it's like, damn, Kia. Is it really? Yep, it's a Kia. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're always in the way. I don't drive aggressively, but I do drive efficiently. I'll just say that. And I drive 1-ton pick-em-up trucks. Mm-hmm. And there's always, it's like, what is that? And is that roadkill in the road? No, it's a Kia Soul. Okay, cool.
When I worked in customer service, we did car side appointments, and I had someone say, I'm driving a Kia. It kind of looks like a toaster on wheels. And I was like, yeah, I know what they look like, but that's accurate.
So, in any event, I could care less about imports of cheap Korean cars in the United States. We're here for this one line. The remaining $150 billion would be accounted for by a shipbuilding partnership between the countries. Ships. Why do we need ships?
Ocean kill net.
Yeah.
What's the tappy thing you do?
I don't want to be right about any of this.
No.
I also don't want to ruin the White Girl Wednesday, we all gonna die Wednesday vibes, but suffice to say, I know significantly more than what I can say, and there's a lot of things that I want to say that I have to then find the open source intelligence in order to be able to create the onus to then say, see, guys, this is what I'm saying. Because there are things called non-disclosure agreements and blah, blah, blah. And frankly, I'm going to look really bad in orange. I'm not going to do well in the federal penitentiary. That being said, I leave y'all breadcrumbs, and I feel like in many cases I spoon feed y'all stuff. what I know and what I have been telling you that I can tell you is enough to have caused me to re-engage dynamically and considerably in preparedness on a relatively short timeline on my end at every level, from my household to the businesses and the ministries that I've founded, to our congregation, to our mutual assistance group, to all these different layers of the onion. Everybody has been briefed to some extent about the coming unpleasantness and what I'm seeing here. And I will reiterate, I am 20% certain that it will happen. I'm 80% certain when it happens, it will go down the ways that I have described for the last 8 years on camera. Everything, everywhere, all at once. And so if you don't have an everything, everywhere, all at once plan, I would strongly encourage you. It's not too late to start. For everybody who's just waking up to these concepts, it's not too late to start. Go to the Bear Independent. Go over here. You go to bearindependent.com, or you can go to the Bear Independent YouTube page, which you're at right now. Watch the Prepper Classroom. Okay? Just watch the Prepper Classroom right here. You can download episodes 1 through 28, instant download. Now you possess them. You watch them on your own time. You don't need Wi-Fi to watch them. It's all right here, bearindependent.com, or Refuge. Or Bear Independent YouTube channel. Okay? I know, it's hard for me to keep track of all the different things I do sometimes, and my goal is not to confuse you with all the different things that I do.
That's why they're all linked at bearindependent.com.
Yeah,
so you don't have to keep track of it either.
Yeah, Bear Independent, Refuge, Groundstone Ministries, Caleb House. It's all right there. Start, okay? It's not too late to start. I find it very interesting that we're investing $150 billion in a shipbuilding partnership. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick would be head of a committee to assess the South Korean investment projects, he said, adding the deal would still have to be ratified by South Korea's National Assembly, blah, 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 foreign reserve currency, blah, 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 blah. The U.S. also agreed to ensure that any semiconductor tariffs would not disadvantage South Korean chip exports relative to exports from Taiwan. Okay. Part of why so many chips are required is from a defense standpoint. Things like, I don't know, submarines, things like, I don't know, kill nets that are 5 layers deep from low Earth orbit to the base of the ocean floor. It's all semiconductors, which goes back to anything that emits is targetable. Repeat, at your level, random American citizen walking around, existential crisis rectangle in your pocket. Anything that emits is targetable. And I can't say more than that on that. Other than I know firsthand, have experienced it. Everything that emits is targetable. Cool. Lastly, I heard a rumor on TikTok that Walmart is going to close their doors due to lack of SNAP benefits.
This is why I'm not on TikTok.
This particular reason.
No, I just can't stand TikTok.
From North Jersey, I'm also not on TikTok.
I know.
NorthJersey.com. Rumors that Walmart will, quote, lock their doors on November 1st due to SNAP benefits facing cuts during the government shutdown have sparked a flurry of TikTok claims that the retail giant will only allow online orders and parking lot pickups. The online ire has been fueled by unverified claims that those losing SNAP benefits plan to loot Walmart stores, leading to their closure. Now, just because those are unverified claims doesn't mean that that's an unrealistic expectation, primarily because thousands of people have said publicly on social media that if SNAP isn't reinstated, Supplemental Nutrition Access Program, aka food stamps, isn't reinstated by the first, that they plan to loot Walmart. So, in the mouths of 2 or 3, how about 2 or 3,000? 2 TikTok videos with a combined 1.7 million plus views as of 28 October have amplified rumors that all Walmart stores will close November 1st with doors locked and shoppers only allowed to place online orders for parking lot pickup. Now, let's say they do decide to go that route, which sounds like something, I don't know, I discussed a week or 2 ago. Hey, what happens if they close the Walmart and normal people lose access to food? Then what do we do? Well, remember back to COVID, they being Walmart, have already done this. They know how to do this. They're actually pretty good at this. Delivery and pickup only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what threat vectors exist with a Walmart pickup or a Walmart delivery?
Apart from the frustration when you do get to shop in stores because there's so many pickup shoppers, all of your goods are being brought out of usually the same single entry door, which is a choke point. And then you have strangers coming up to your vehicle. Vehicle awareness in this country is atrocious. Like the number of people that I see sitting in their cars in parking lots scrolling on their phone, people who are loading their groceries just completely unaware of what's going on around them. We had an incident somewhat near us somewhat recently where someone got mugged in a Walmart parking lot because they weren't paying attention. Like, no one should be able to get that close to you, but then when you're doing pickup orders, you're literally asking for someone you don't know to be that close to you with something that's going to be considered highly valuable if doors were shut. Now, we're not saying that Walmart is going to shut its doors. This is not something that Walmart has said. It's not something that grocery stores are saying right now. But that doesn't mean that there's not going to be riots and looters and that certain stores will close due to safety of their employees. And in that case, I would say they should. As an employer, it's your responsibility to keep your people safe. And if that means that doors need to shut for a few days, that means that doors need to shut.
So, panic early, avoid the rush.
Yeah. Don't panic.
Do you have enough food? It's something that PJ says,
Yeah.
Pastor Joe. Panic early, avoid the rush. Do you have a couple of weeks worth of food in your house already? If not, are you in a situation where you can get them? Get that. That'd be my goal. My goal is substantially greater than 2 weeks worth of food in your house. However, start there. Okay. Then from a threat vector standpoint, you're exactly right. I go to Walmart to pick up, and notice I say I go. I don't do the grocery shopping in my home. That's not what I do. My wife handles that, and we have a division of labor that works for our home. However, if the local Walmart decides it's now pickup only, women and children from my household are not going to pick up groceries. This is now an operation to go pick up groceries. Because why would Walmart close their doors? Because there's angry people. Angry about what? Food. And now they're bringing my food that I used my fake fiat currency in order to purchase. I earned enough credits in the game to purchase food. Okay. Now they're going to bring it out to my vehicle. Okay. So this is now an op as far as I'm concerned. Because this is you said it, highly valued commodity, right?
Yeah.
Roger that, Swivelhead. Thank you. I'm
Thank
furloughed,
you.
working at Walmart as a temp. Have not heard this at my store.
That's good.
We're not saying that this is going to happen. We're
No.
saying that it could happen.
Yeah, Walmart has not said that this is going to happen.
But I also agree with your assessment that it will likely be on an individual store basis.
Yeah.
Based upon the population density that's on SNAP benefits. Which, by the way, just so we're all on the same page here, of total SNAP recipients, 41 to 42 million, 18.7% of those, call it 42 million people, 18.7% are American citizens. The other 81.3% of SNAP recipients are not American citizens.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's 33 of the 42 million are non-American citizens. Something to think about here. Okay? Should they have then we get into the bleeding hearts, blah, blah, blah. Should they have access to food? What about love your neighbors yourself? What about... Yeah, well, neighbors have to conduct themselves as neighbors. But I digress. Here's the point. Picking up groceries at Walmart could become an op. And so that's something to be aware of. And then what about, so some Walmarts also offer delivery. Okay. How well do you know your delivery driver?
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's your address going out.
Yeah, they're leaving it on your doorstep or your front porch. Okay? And now they know that, hey, you're getting food. Maybe they don't have food. Maybe your whole order doesn't show up.
That happens to my Amazon kind
Or
of
maybe your
frequently.
order doesn't show up at all. Maybe the delivery driver that day is like, you know what? I've had enough.
I need this.
I need this. Sorry, Father, forgive me. I'm taking this home to my kiddos. So it just illustrates the fragility of the supply chain here.
Yeah.
And it's a national level potential, repeat, potential threat.
Yeah. The average household in the U.S. has 9 meals.
Yep.
And so we used to say pre-2020 that we were 9 meals from chaos. Now I think there was some upset that happened through a few years around COVID where people were aware that they needed to have more than 3 days, or remember that's the average. So that means there's some people who are shopping meal to meal because you're looking at 2 people who have a lot more than 9 meals in their household. So we've shifted the differential a lot. I think that awareness has decreased again because the threat hasn't been as prevalent as it was 2020, 2021, 2022. And so I would say that we're back down to that 9 meals max. So we have 3 days before people get really, really uncomfortable.
And that's historic.
Yeah.
That's historic. It's 3 days when you cut off food supplies all throughout the history of mankind before people start acting crazy. And when you give the government the ability to feed you, you give the government the ability to starve you. And that's something that people just do not realize. And in many cases, honestly, they're operating at the lower end of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You're not thinking about how to put up a year's worth of food when you're wondering where your next meal comes from.
No.
And I get that, and I have compassion towards that. But for those of us who have progressed beyond that, you need inventory, you need capability. In a viral video with nearly 1 million views, TikTok user Cabell, I don't care, claimed every Walmart has a police officer on standby and might not open doors until the situation has passed, referencing claims those using food stamps had planned to surge to their nearest Walmart. Well, let me tell you something. 1 police officer ain't gonna cut it. 2, 3 cops ain't gonna cut it in many cases. That's not enough law enforcement. And it'll be interesting to see if this happens, how far does it go? I believe it will be localized. I don't think it won't be regional, it won't be national, but it will likely be reported on as if it's regional/national.
The news story will be used to pressure the administration.
www.google.com. I think it's 5,000. How many Walmarts in the U.S.? 4,600.
Close.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot of Walmarts. So I doubt that 4,600 Walmarts are going to have coordinated riots at the same time. That being said, it's something to be aware of. That's the show for today. I did want to mention that I was walking around over there and I saw a couple of things on the shelf that are in stock. One of which is the chipper patch. For
That's
those that
never in stock.
would like a chipper patch. That's actually, I made a little video. Joel Salatin's wood chipper from Polyface.
That's what that is.
Yeah, it's a Vermeer
awesome.
BC 1800 XL.
That's awesome.
Super cool. So yeah, the chipper patch is in stock, which is a rarity, so you might check that out. And then something else is these. I noticed these were back in stock
Little pocket
as well.
organizers.
Yeah, the little pocket organizer, right, y'all? And these are cool. Gives you a way to, if you have like cargo pockets in your dad's shorts or your khakis or whatever, it gives you a way to organize a reload, a tourniquet, cat or soft tee. I carry a soft tee in mine, and a flashlight, all in your pocket, so that stuff's not bouncing around in your pocket, making a jumbly mess. And it's got belt loops on the back. If you want to run it on a belt, you can do that as well. It comes in tan and green and black. And this is something that I developed for me. I was like, I need one of these. I walked over into the sew shop. I grabbed a piece of webbing. I put some stitching in it. Boom, I'm up. And then it was one of those things where it's like, that should be a product. We should make that. I was like, well, I made it for me. And I think it was my wife. She's like, yeah, we'll just throw it in the store, see what happens. Well, we threw it in the store and it sold out. And I noticed that there are bins of them over there again now. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out.
They don't sell pockets, T. Manley. Otherwise, I would have bought them all.
Pockets?
Yeah.
You need more pockets?
I need pants with actual pockets. We're working on designing that. It'll be a minute because I'm kind of busy.
And Lauren told you Train the Trainer's coming.
Yeah.
So this is a great class for your prepared citizen, law enforcement, church security, mutual assistance group, whatever it is. This is a phenomenal 3-day class. Check it out. And as always, if you have any questions, shoot us an email, call the store, use the chat function on the website. It's real people that answer all of those things. Keep Grindstone Ministries in your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Keep Caleb House in your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Keep Refuge in your prayers, refugeruckus.com. And then if you need anything, bearindependent.com. Reach out. We do what we can to serve our people to the best of our ability for the preservation of life. Everything we do is about the preservation of life. And please make sure you share the show, because that's the only way we grow. And with that, we will see y'all when we see you.